Hello. Today we're going to go over some of the basic charging functions that you can do with your professional charger and your LiPo batteries. The first thing that you do, which we mentioned in the previous video, make sure to watch that if you haven't yet, is to connect our connector specifically to the charger first to avoid short-circuiting the leads. The next thing that you want to do is connect in your specific battery. So today we'll charge our 3S LiPo battery. Now, if you want to work as just a basic charge, you can ignore this little output right here. Doing a basic charge will allow you to just charge without regard to which cell, and it will just hit your voltage that you want. If you want to make sure that each of these cells are evenly charged, you can use the balance feature. Now the balance feature, you'll have to plug in this little tab specifically to the outputs on the side of your charger. There's a 3S output and a 6S output here. Today, we'll do a balancing of our 3S LiPo. To give you an idea of the other features that you have, there's also a fast charge, which I recommend that you stay away from until you have a better understanding of the regular charging and balancing features. Next, we have our storage function, which you'll use once you're putting away your batteries and storing them for the winter. This will automatically charge them or discharge them to 3.8 volts per cell. The discharge feature allows you to discharge any battery in case you might have overcharged it during the process. Today, we're going to do the balance feature. Now, we're always going to do a LiPo battery balance because both of these batteries are LiPos. So you hit the start button, and this allows you to check how much amperage you want to put into these batteries to kind of change the charge rate. It's recommended that you do 1C of charging, and this is dependent on specifically the capacity of each battery. So how you calculate what 1C is taking the capacity of the battery and dividing it by 1,000. So 1C for this 1,000 milliamp hour battery would be 1 amp. Likewise, for our 6S battery, which originally this was supposed to be a smaller battery, would be 12 amps. The maximum amount of amperage that you can charge using this charger is 5 amps. So be aware of that. Now, if we want to charge this battery, we can hit enter and then cycle through the amperage until we get what we want. For this 1,000 milliamp hour battery, 1 amp. Select over, and we can change the voltage of the battery that we're doing. So for our pump battery, it's a 3S battery. So we can cycle over to 3S, or 11.1 volts nominal. We hit select, and now it's ready. So the idea is, when we want to charge these batteries, the maximum that we want to do for flight isn't actually going to be 11.1 volts. What we want is to get 4.2 volts per cell. So actually for our 3S, we're going to be charging until we hit 12.6 volts. Likewise, for our 6S battery, we want to charge it to 25.2 volts before we take off flight. Once we're ready, the system will actually do a check for us to make sure that what we're putting into the program is what it's looking at. So we can hold down the enter button, and it'll do a battery check. You can look here and see R and S. So whatever you put in versus what it's actually sensing. If these are the same one, we can click confirm or enter to start the process. Currently our battery is at about 12.3 volts, and so we'll continue charging until this hits our 12.6. Thank you.